Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you hey okay in your neck of the woods? What up? What up? Manners and respect, man. Are your girl Debbie from Down a Yard? Welcome you all to the Jamaican kitchen. Welcome once more. It is the Jamaican cooking journey. If you're new right on over here, special welcome. Those of you who were there with me from the beginning of this journey and you're still here, manners and respect. Day number 6 of JAMMAS. And on today's episode of the Jamaican cooking journey, I'll be sharing with you how to prepare green gungo, rice and peas. Okay? I have one that I've done probably about 2.5 years or maybe 3 years ago. So I'm going to be sharing with you how you prepare some green gungo, rice and peas. First, this is a very flat piece. It doesn't have any flavor. And I've said it so many times. It's green and I'm using about a pint of green gungo. Okay? Now for this recipe, you're going to need some really strong coconut milk. This is my coconut milk. It is freshly done. And if you can't get the fresh one and you have to use Candor pack, make sure it's strong. Fresh is always better though. Some people can get to use fresh there, but because this takes a little time to prepare, they choose to use the other type. But it's up to you, do you, okay? But if it is that you can get the fresh, it's always better with that flavor, okay? Jessie is what we'll be using. We're using Jessie today, and you can use your pot, any rice pot. Let's wash already. And let me show you what is happening inside here. This is what we have. Because this piece is so flat, we'll be using the coconut milk to cook it. It's easy to cook. It's green. Let me show you. It's not hard. Okay? So, I'm gonna pour some of my coconut milk. So I'm going to start it out with that amount, okay? I'll reserve some. In here, you want to make sure if you're a new cook, you want to make sure you use a little salt first. As I always tell you, whatever the peas, start cooking with a little salt, okay? You're going to need a little more at the end of the cooking of the peas, but you can use, you know, just to let the peas start having some flavor. At this point, you can get your flame on and you want to have it at medium. This peas will not increase in volume. That means it not going to swell. It's green. If it does the dried one. So you got to know the amount of peas to rice. But we'll get to that a little further down in the video. Okay, now family, we add a little break there. Okay, so we're going to be putting in here some green scallions or whatever the scallions. We're going to leave it to cook with these peas. So I'm putting that amount. And if you don't have no green one and it not so, whatever you have. Some green thyme, or if you have dry but green, is always more flavor in the rice and peas. 3 pegs of garlic. This is what I have. A little green pepper. And of course, some ginger. And the ginger, for those who don't know, the ginger is to make sure that the coconut milk doesn't bother your tummy. Some pimento seeds, of course, and we are going to be putting them in. Make sure you rinse your pimento seeds. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Shoot them up, camera dad, shoot them up. So make sure your scallions are, you can beat them too, but because they're going to cook with the peas, so this is what your green gungo, starting out with your coconut milk, your salt, and your little condiments, which is your seasonings, your spices or your herbs. This is what we're going to start at. Remember to put a little salt. Don't salt it fully from the beginning. Okay, we're going to put our lid on half, just a little, leaving a little part. You know, don't cover it over fully. Just leave it like that on the medium. Why? The coconut milk, as soon as it starts cooking, it starts to foam and it will, the power of it will just come right over. Make a mess. And also, if you don't know, you lose that strength and that flavor. When it comes right over, it doesn't lose all of the flavor of your coconut milk. monitor it. As soon as it starts boiling, we will return. Must soon come. If you have never cooked your green gungo rice and peas successful before, you're going to be doing it after you watch this video. Okay, family, we are right back. Okay, this is what is happening. It has started boiling. Okay, this is the reason why you start it on the low, on the medium. This is medium. I'm going to bring it up to high. Let me show you what is going to happen. You notice what starts happening? It starts to boil at a higher, speed. And you see that foam from the coconut coming up. Let us put it down back to medium. That is how I like to do things, to prove to you. You realize it has receded. It's still boiling, but that power, it's not there with it. Okay. Now, you see me, I use my coconut milk how it rich. You see that? This is the type of coconut what you want to use to get some flavor because the piece is flat. Okay, this is how I like to I teach and also I cook. Okay, so now at this point, let us scrape. So if your pot is spinning like Jessie, you want to scrape around all of this goodness. Make sure, yeah, everything is there and everything is coming together. Now you see your gungo piece coming up green and nice. You ain't gonna get any change of color too tough, because some of the green gungos, they have a like purple color, so maybe you don't get, you know, if you use that one. But this is all green. So everything is boiling. The scallions and everybody, we are on the medium, and we are gonna come back. I will not be doing this, but when you're doing it, you come back a few times. This won't take long. This will not take long. 20 minutes time or less on the medium, and this green gungo is cooked. You'll be ready for your rice. Now I'll go prepare my rice, wash my rice, leave it to drain, and when you see me next, I'll be putting in the rice. But you want to come a few times. Each time it boils and comes to the side and make that thing, you want to come to scrape it around and make sure that everything that is cooking is getting all in. You notice the scallions, they have started to limp, so flavors are building there. Yeah. So you scrape around, and then you want to do this a few times until your green gungo is cooked. Okay? I'll not be coming back until I'm ready to put in the rice. So you want to leave it at that. Leave it at that so it doesn't come over. Make sure you're monitoring it. So when we are at the point to put our rice in, we will return. This is such an easy dish. May soon come. Okay, now family, we are back. And my gungo is cooked. That shoot them up. If you notice, you see what, because of the coconut milk that I use, you see me have something more like a rundown thing I come here. That is going to let this gungo, rice and peas as a nice flavor. You see it? It's still on the medium. It's not coming up. I've scraped around a few times and all of that. So everything is to the side. Now, what you want to do, you want to taste. We want to add a little butter. I have margarine. So if you have butter, you put butter. If you have margarine, I'm using margarine. You want to taste right here to see if the salt was okay. My salt is fine. So I have a little margarine here. So I'm going to put a little. If it was like less salty, I'll put the margarine and a little salt. I don't need any other salt, any amount of. I don't need any more salt. Okay, let me give my hand a little rinse here. Now I'm going to be putting some of this margarine in here. Then this is just to get me a little more flavor, you know. All right. So I'm going to be putting about this, which is fine. Okay. Leave it to dissolve. And return. My margarine has been dissolved almost. So you see, it gives it that little yellow look, that little yellow color. You might want, if you want to, you can remove your scallions. But as Jamaican, as Caribbean people, we just make them go and cook. So if you don't like to see your herbs that have been cooked, they're all been cooked. Nothing left in them. All the flavors are in the liquid. So if you want to remove them at this point, you can. But I won't remove mine. No, we're going to be talking proportion here. Rice to gungo. Let us lower our flame and all of that. Now we have gotten the flavor, the taste, the amount of salt and all of that. The coconut milk is there, rich and nice. We added a little margarine. It gave it that little yellow look. Okay? No, we're talking proportion. I used a pint, 1 pint of green gungo, which does not, it doesn't increase in volume. So to this, I have a reasonable amount of water, and I always show you like this. So I'm going to be putting in about 1.5 pounds of rice. My rice was washed and well drained. You want to wash your rice, family, and let it be properly drained. You don't want, when you're putting in the rice, you have excess amount of water going down in there, adding to the liquid that is already in there. Okay, wash your rice ahead of time and leave it to drain properly. Now is the time you're going to be stirring in. You're going to give this a thorough stir, really thorough stir. And as you stir, you will see the green gungo and the rice being incorporated. You will see that some proportion is starting to happen. You might not see it's good now. Okay, at this point too, you could use a piece of pigtail to put it in there when you started cooking to flavor. Not at this point. You could use a piece of pigtail or a piece of salted beef. Anything pickled. I mean like saltfish and ready though. You know. So we have stirred and all of that, and you can see you see that? You can see what is happening. So at this point, I don't think we need any additional water. Get your flame down. What I'll be doing, I'll be using a piece of foil paper to cover over. Why? Jessie is not that tight covered pot, you know. If you have your pot that is shut tightly, then you don't have to do this. Jessie is not that type of pot. So I'm going to use a piece of foil paper to put over it, okay? To make sure the rice get the proper steam and all of that. Whilst I put this over here, I'm still going to be putting on the cover of Jessie, the lid. Now, let me tell you something. You have got here some, oh, we strained out mine, some reserved coconut milk. So, if your rice at any time, any given time, starts to cook, and when you see it cooking, you realize that you want to get, when you put in your rice, you want to turn your heat down a little less than what it was boiling at. Your reserved coconut milk, or if you don't have any extra, you use a little warm water. If the rice, sometimes the rice is of the nature that it expands a lot. Some of them just stay as you put them. Some of them expands a lot when they are being cooked. You want to have a little, you know, to just continue building the flavor. You want to have a little coconut milk if you have it. Warm it, and as you realize that the rice, it still needs a little liquid, you just come and you just pour it over it. Continue pouring it over it. Maybe you can put a little pinch of salt there too and dissolve it in that, either some warm water or some warm coconut milk, and pour a little extra in case the rice starts to cook and dry out and you realize that it's gonna need a little more liquid. Okay, I hope you do understand, because people say, oh, the rice not cook, but you can just use that to do it. Okay, so now we are gonna leave it there, and when we return at a point, we will know what we're gonna do, if we're gonna need a little or if we're not gonna need a little. One more thing, you can use any rice of choice: brown rice, parboiled, basmati, jasmine, regular rusty rice. It doesn't matter. Do you soon come. Okay, now family, I am right back. I want you to make sure you're in on this part. Okay, all my liquid has been receded and all of that. So what I have done, I have gone ahead and tested my rice. I realized that my rice is not properly cooked. If this should happen to you, this is what you're gonna do, and you're gonna get right in on this very keen. The first thing I'm gonna be doing, my flame is still on under there. Okay, so you see me not touch it, I first may touch it. I'm gonna remove all these, most of them, as much as I see them. These are my ginger and all of that. You're not gonna eat it with the ginger. The pimento seeds are fine. You can eat around the pimento seeds. Okay. Can't afford to put on my gungo grain them in. So I had tested 2 grains of my rice and they were not properly cooked. You're gonna be flipping up a bit and take out this, because this rice here, it is the type of rice that I was telling you about. It increase a lot When you put it, it swell. In Jamaica, we say it swell. But for the people that don't understand what swell mean, it means that it has the volume of it, okay? So, you want to do that. Now, you see that you have your rice and you have your gungo. I've just warmed this, so I'll just be putting a little. Look at me. If you feel that you want a little extra salt, which I really don't, you know, but some people really like them food taste of salt. If you don't have enough milk leaf back, you can just warm a little water. With the heat under there low, you're just gonna go right ahead. You just pour it all over it, very slow, okay? Very slow. You will now return with your foil paper, and you're gonna get your heat down almost next to nothing. Shoot them up on the heat, Dad. Shoot them up on the side, all the heat for stay. You're gonna return the cover, and you're gonna leave it again for probably another 10 to 12, maybe 15 minutes. Successful rice and peas. This is how you get it. Mind about the fool. It's not abracadabra. You just get it sometimes, because as I told you, the rice sometimes, some of the rice, they take a lot of liquid. So when you think they are cooked, they are not cooked. So that is how you'll come back to do it, okay? If you should ever have that, you just do it just like that. So with that little small amount of water, you turn it up from the bottom to the top, over, and all of that, over and under. So what was at the bottom, it came up and it went down under. It got finished now under the steam with that little extra milk. And at the end of it, you'll have your perfect rice and peas. If the rice was some of them type of rice, there was, you know, when you put it in the pot, it no move, you know, then you would come back and it would be cooked. This is for the people who don't understand. This is for the people who don't understand, and when them rice come out, some cook and some not cook, and they think that they have done a bad job. It happens to everybody. This is how you correct it. You haven't done a bad job. You did a good job, but your job just wanted a little fine-tuning. Must soon come next clip. Rice and green gungo will be right in your face. After about 15 minutes, family, I'm back. So you know you're supposed to. You're gonna move your foil wrap, but be careful, because all we have trapped under there now is a lot of steam. Okay? So you see that steam coming out? So what you want to do now, you want to just fluff a bit that you're shooting them up. Let them see. But look at the proportion of the rice and the dry gungo. You want to make sure you don't, you know, you don't miss if you want to get a successful rice and green gungo, or whatever the peas. I'll put it in the description. 1.5 pounds of rice to 1 pint of gungo. I'll put that proportion in there for you. So we're going to turn our flame off now, because our green gungo is properly cooked. It is there, it's shelly, it's okay. And let me present to you right here. I've not prepared any form of protein to make a plate for you, so I'll present it right here to you. You have removed your little herbs, you fluff it, and this is what it looks like, okay? From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach, it is green gungo, rice and peas, done for you in depth, with the proportion you're not supposed to miss. Please do enjoy. Now, my very first choice of a protein for this would be some brown stewed oxtail, just for me. Three protein of choice that I like to have this with. Brown stewed oxtail, brown stew fish, snapper, or whatever them type of, you know, firm fish. Brown stew fish, brown stew oxtail, and last but not least, some I can't remember the other one. Oh, nice succulent roast chicken, brown stew oxtail, brown stew fish, all fish. That are these are my 3 proteins of choice. Please do enjoy. Now you want to put back your cover over loosely. Now, there is still some heat on this burner. You want to remove it. Because you don't want your thing come out dry and get bulky. You want it to stay there, nice, and keep that moisture in there. So you continue to cover it until you're ready to serve, until you're ready to put it on your dinner table. If you have liked this video, remember to give me a big fat thumbs up. Remember to make sure that you're subscribed to the Jamaican cooking journey. I don't know when you will see this video. We are behind on videos because we have got no internet for, I don't know for how long it will be. And I know you may not see it on the right day, but we'll still be, as soon as our internet comes, we'll be posting. Okay, please do enjoy this dish. At this time of the year, it peaks for Jamaicans. I'm not sure for other people, but it peaks at this time of the year. Green gungo rice and peas is a must on our Christmas dinner table. Any Christmas dinner table in Jamaica. Okay, it's a must. Maybe a few people might not. Maybe them not do it because them can't get it or them not eat it. But 90% of households, Christmas dinner table, slice of ham, and what have you, your oxtail, your roast chicken. Please do enjoy once more. Remember to make sure that you're subscribed. When you do subscribe, remember to hit the notification bell. Press the option that says all, because we're continuing. JAMMAS Day 6. That's how it has gone for now. Okay? Remember to make sure to use our little code 20% off at our merch store. I think it runs until the 12th of this month. Make sure that you check our description for all other info that you want to get on to us. Remember to be you, do you. Most of all, love you. Some Jamaican green gungo, rice and peas.